In this video, I'm going to go into depth with the opening part that's on the G string. This piece is long. There are lots of techniques, lots of different kinds of techniques. And again, for me to do a really good job teaching it, it needs to be long. So I didn't want to put it all in one video. So you will be able to follow my instructions on how to find the other tutorials. I'm going to have them located on violinlab.com. That's my website, where I have lots of tutorials. And if you follow the instructions, you'll be able to find them. All right, so Czardas. This is just such one of the most popular pieces for violin. And right at the very opening, we set the mood for the style. And this is a very character-driven style. It's written in the Romantic era, so there are certain techniques that we use when we're playing romantic music. So we have a really big shift, a romantic style shift right away. Okay, so let's talk about that shift. I want you to think of this maybe in a different way than you have been thinking of it. Perhaps you've been thinking, okay, well, my third finger just is gonna have to move up until I find that note, and you just hope you do. I don't want you to think about it like that anymore. I want you to think about your body remembering and assuming a posture, a familiar posture. So let me put my bow down just for a second. All right, I'm gonna find that note again. There it is, okay. So my elbow is under, my hand is high. I have to have a very high hand. It's like my arm is trying to climb up over the fingerboard. The reason I need to have that height is so that my third finger can be nice and curved. A nice curved finger can vibrate because the knuckles are in a position to be able to move. If my finger is straight, if I'm just kind of climbing up like this and my thumb is stuck right here and I'm reaching, I'm not going to be able to use vibrato. First of all, the violin is right here in the palm of my hand, so I can't move my arm or my wrist. So I have to get out of the way of the violin. I have to have my arm higher. So this is the posture. Now what I want you to be able to do is I want you to be able to assume this posture like that. Okay, so find the note. Okay, take the violin away. All right, this is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. I want you to be able to just do that. And do it 50 times in a day. Just get used to the way your body feels when your arm is like this. It's pretty far turned around. Okay, my elbow is here, my hand is here, my thumb is loose, my fingers are round. Then I want you to get the bow, and I want you to place the bow on the string at the frog, near the bridge. All right, so the posture for the right hand is this. So here I am, really close to the bridge. I'm into the string. So combine those two things. Okay, this is the posture. All right, so without the violin, assume posture. Assume posture. Do it. Do it many times in the day. All right, so now we're going to practice the actual shift. But first I want you to go from the note right prior to the shift. Okay, right before you move your arm, it's an A. First finger, we're going to play it on an up bow because that's where we're going to be. We're going to be about 3 inches or 4 inches from the frog, about right here. So first I want you to do is I want you to go to your new posture. Just go straight there. Okay, don't even think, did I get there? I just want you to practice this. You're in posture. You've moved your hand. It's in that shape. You know what it feels like, okay? And hopefully you're really close anyway. All right, next step is refining how we get there. So this is a romantic style shift, which means our new note, our destination note, is the finger we shift on. that's a third finger because we're playing it with a third finger. So we're going to slide on that third finger. Okay, that's a romantic style shift. So first finger. Now, I want you to lightly put your third finger on the string. Okay, just ghost it. So it's just touching. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to swoop up until you get to that spot that you've learned. Okay, so swoop up to that spot. And I'm playing a little down bow. And you can hear this ghosty sound. Okay, so now we're going to go. Okay, so it doesn't sound like the note because I'm not pushing it down yet. But up, ghost in place. Okay, now I'm going to start. Now I'm going to add pressure. And I'm going to add a time structure to it. So now I want to do it in the context of tempo. So my tempo is going to be this. Do-yum, do-yum, da-dee-yum, bo-yum. So A, up, down. So I'm still sliding, but now when I get there, I'm going to add enough pressure to make the sound. Keep that bow at the bridge, okay? Just because you are doing some challenging things with your left hand, don't let that bow respond by going over to the fingerboard. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and... Okay, so you're going to think 1, 2, 3, A. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, I'm going to try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's add those first few notes. The very beginning. So it goes down, up. Okay, and then when you get there, just hang on to the note. Practice tone. Practice G string high position tone, which should be very clear. Again, bow to the bridge. Slowish bow speed. Enough pressure so that your bow is not skating. And then sustain. So sustain means you keep the sound going. And that's just a hallmark of romantic style playing. So just practice. All right, now we need to add some sizzle and character to this because, as I mentioned, it is a very dramatic, romantic style piece, and there's a grace note right away. So that grace note is an opportunity to add flair. So we bring it out, and we can accentuate that with a little extra bow speed and a little leaning in with the index finger to create more pressure. So that's how I can really make it pop out. So I start on a down bow, and then I'm just going to scoot my bow along, lean in with my first finger, index finger right here on the bow. And as I mentioned, hang on there. Okay, now let's look at the fingerings for this. So we are essentially in 6th position. Because I'm playing the third finger on that A. So here's the F. Now I'm going to leave it down. I need to leave it down because I'm going to come right back to it. And now I have these 2 little grace notes. Well, my first finger is already down, so I'm going to play 1, 2, 1, just like that. Okay, now I do have to do something now. I have to shift back a half step. So it's going to sound like this. And look how fast this little shift is. The movement itself is quick because you don't want it to be too slow. Okay, that doesn't sound great. Now, when I'm playing this E, look what my third finger is already thinking about. I'm already stretching it because I'm going to reach for the B flat. You could play fourth finger, but I prefer third finger for the vibrato. So my finger lifts up and reaches. And now I'm going to let go and go all the way back to first position. All right, so when we go from that B flat up here all the way down there, we have to slide back. We are essentially doing a glissando with our third fingers. And the third finger stays on the string. It's like a big slip and slide. So the third finger goes all the way back. Once your hand is fully in first position, that means your thumb has to get all the way back. So often, people's thumbs get stuck, and so they start to shift, and the hand keeps going, but the thumb does not. So you have to release with your thumb and get all the way back to first position via sliding on the string with a third finger. Now, how much you want your audience to hear that slide is up to you. You could keep finger pressure on the string. Okay, that's very dramatic. I think that's a little too dramatic. So I release pressure with my third finger, and I release bow pressure as well at the last minute, so that you hear the slide, but it's not quite as loud. Okay, now let's talk about fingerings again, because now we have to do some more shifting. So 1, 3, now I'm going to do another shift to a third finger. 1, 3, 2, 1. So now let's talk about that bowing. So what I'm doing is I am doing an up-bow staccato. Staccato essentially means that each of those little articulated notes start from the string. And it starts with a good amount of friction. And the only way I can do that is to lean in substantially with my index finger. So I dig in and it pops off, and I dig in and it pops off. So right in the middle, guess what? Back to our big shift. And then it's just like the rest, just like the beginning, so you'll continue. And then we're just going to close out that phrase. We're in first position. We're going to shift to third position. And in character, I'm going to shift into the second finger. Now I'm changing my bow. You can't see it, but I'm changing my bow, and I'm going to slide with my second finger. It's just such a quick slide. You almost don't even hear the second finger sliding into its spot. Now, from this point, if you want to reach for 4, you can. But I'm a big third finger vibrato advocate, so I'm going to shift. Now, to get from the C sharp to the G, it's not far, but I'd still need a strategy. So I'm going to shift to 5th position, because I know that in 5th position, my first finger is on an E, and it's the next note that I have to play right after the G. So I'm really preparing for that. So I'm shifting to E, although you don't hear it. I put my third finger down, and now that E is there with the first finger. And now I shift back to 3rd position, where I finish the phrase. Okay, well, that's a big first phrase, okay, and a very important first phrase as it really sets the tone for the rest of it. And to find the other tutorials for the rest of this piece, go to violinlab.com. You're going to go to where you'll see the different levels, beginning level 1, beginning level 2. It's where I have all these lessons organized into levels. And then right at the top, you'll see this little link. It says view all videos. If you click that, then this big long list of videos pops up. In the search box, just type, and don't add any fancy characters, just CZARDAS, just Czardas, just like this. And then click submit or search or enter on your keyboard, and then you'll see these other videos that I have set for free for you to watch. Hopefully you'll just fall in love with Violin Lab and decide to join. But anyway, I wish you all the best working on Czardas.